everyone. I had a viewer ask me to do a tutorial on my method of how I make counting pins. And I thought I would go ahead and do that today. I will preface this by saying that my pins are really just for embellishing because I do not use any glue. And I'm going to share with you my method for how I keep them all together without glue. So no glue and no mess. I am messy with glue. So when my mom made this pretty pin cushion, she started me out with my pin collection with 3 pins that she made. And I'll just go ahead and show you that. So very simple, and I want to share with you the base on how to get started. And really, the possibilities are endless. These little angel pins are really cute. Now she did glue the little trumpet flower hats onto these angels. But you could tell, like, you can buy the wings, and then of course there's just some beads here. And then you'll notice my secret is these little silicone earring backings. There's little spacer beads. Anything that you want to, your brain can think up, you can do. And I'll share all the links for the supplies that I've used in the past. And they're just really fun. If you feel like a quick little burst of creativity, you can make up some of these fun pins to embellish your projects with. And if you'd like to see some of my embellishments, go ahead on my Instagram and take a look. Let me show you. Okay, I don't have one here, but you can, if you wanted to match up your, you didn't want to use the silicone, you can use a silver or gold earring backing if you wanted everything to match. But these are clear and you can't really see them. The one caution, if you use the metal ones, is they're not as tight as these silicone ones. These really snug up and keep everything in alignment. So next I want to show you, this is my basket that I have all of my counting beads supplies in. Actually, this, I didn't get to show you this really up close too much, but I used a little bluebird button on the end of this. I don't have a backing on it because it sticks in this and sits on my shelf. But you'll see that starting with the pin itself, and these are corsage pins with the head already on them, and there's so many different colors and shapes, and I'm going to show you some. And then this one in particular, I've got a trumpet bead, it's called. It's that little purple plastic bead on there. And then I've got a spacer and a collar, I guess it's like a collar spacer on either side of this large bead, and then the button. Now, I'm going to show you what supplies that you might decide to use, and then I'll show you some beads up close. So these are a container of cone-shaped beads, and they're described as cap beads, I believe. Bead caps. And there's silver filigree cones. Let me put these down and see if I can show you better. So there's silver, and then there's like a gunmetal. And the neat thing about these is they squeeze. You can adjust them to the size of your bead and snug them on and just kind of squeeze them, and you can make them very, very tiny. And there's a trick to getting your bead to sit in this. If you're using a small bead and it's not tall enough, because this is probably a 1/2 inch, so you would of course want your bead to stand up above it like this. And if your bead is too small, I want to share with you how to achieve the look in just a moment. So there's just a very shiny gold one. And then there's a bronze one. So there's 4 different metals in this in this one kit. And let's see if I can. I'm gonna lay these down as I show you. Okay, so that's the cat bead. I wanted to show those because they were right on top. But your base are these corsage pins, and I purchased they come in these. The ones I ordered come in these, and I'll take each one out to show you. So this one is like an icy pink color, and they're long. I would say they're about 2 inches. And then there's the elongated teardrop pearl. And then there's, just like the pink, there's just a pearl. And then these are one of my favorites. They've got a flat crystal on the top. So let me show you one with the flat crystal. So this flat crystal sits right at even at the top of that trumpet bead. And then I'll show you the pink. That's the pink one, and that sits right at the top. And then the round, this one sits above because I don't think you could tell, the camera's not picking it up, but I have a yellow bead right underneath the corsage head there, and it makes the round corsage bead stand up above that trumpet flower. And that's one of the tricks. You could also use another one of these silicone stoppers, earring backings, to make that stand up a little bit. And that's what I was talking about when you want to use one of these bead caps and you want the head to stand up taller. but it's going to slide off. So you just put a stopper in there, and that will take care of keeping that in place. So if you put a stopper in there and then squeeze this, you've got a cute little flower shape. Let's see, I'll show you an elongated one. This is one that also has a little red bead below the corsage head because I used a red trumpet flower. So if you just match up your bead color with your whatever your focal bead might be, it does give it a little bit of sparkle under there, like you meant to do that. And so that's how I make my corsage head stick up above that focal bead. And then I've got a couple collar beads and some other faceted beads, and then you see my silicone earring backing there. This one is a gold cone cap, bead cap. There's my focal bead, and then I've got a tiny little red bead, a collar bead, a bigger red bead, and then the round pearl at the top. So if you're going to be handling these a lot and using them as counting pins, you can. Just be careful because nothing is glued in place. It's all, you push it up really tight against the bead and the end of the, whatever the end is that you're using, another bead there, and you're just pushing it way up at the top. I use these mostly for embellishing. Honestly, these are what I use to count with. You could buy these at Hobby Lobby. They're simple, easy to stick in and out, and they're cute. I have, by my stitching chair, I have these little bluebird ones. Okay, so now let me show you these angel ones that my mom made. The trumpet bead is upside down, and you can do that. So you would get a elongated bead, shaped bead, and put it up on your pin. You're working everything from the bottom up when you're using the corsage pins, because there's your head right there. All right, so I want to show you some more of what's in my bin, and then we'll make a pin or two together. This is a bag of, I think it was a string, a necklace string that I purchased at Walmart, and it's just called a glass strand. And it's on that clear fish line, and you just clip off what you need. So I love this because you get a large bead, a small bead, and then you get these silver caps. And you can see here, there's the large bead and the silver cap. So just buy your string and then cut up the camera's not picking up the really pretty sparkle in these beads. Here's what the silicone earring backings come in. All right, and then here's the trumpet flowers. They come in different colors. I really love these. These I've really enjoyed matching up with some colored beads. Let's see. On Amazon, I ordered different strings of these beads. They come, now you could do the same like in your craft store. They have one color strands that you just cut apart. But I did find these on Amazon. I'm not an affiliate, but maybe I should be. And these are all the same size bead, and you just use as you need them. I mean, all of these will last you so long if you're just making them for yourself or gifts. These make really fast gifts. Okay, so we got those. This is another set that I purchased on Amazon of different size beads. So let me take out, there's a large, a medium, and a small. Let me find a nice dark color that will show up on the camera. I'm gonna lay these down here. Let's see. Let me see if I can put them on top so you could tell the, just bear with me a moment. This is my very first tutorial, so I don't have a lot of practice. That's the largest one. There's the medium one. And then the tiny one is really good if you just need a little bit to finish it off, and I'll show you. So those are the three sizes. And lastly, these little collars that you can put on, and they've got crystals all around them. So there's a hole there to put on your pin. And it's got that sparkle all the way around. And that's what I use. So let me show you, for example, here's all the three sizes of the beads I just showed you. The large, the medium, and the small. I've got two small ones at the bottom, a medium and the large. And then I've got a collar in between. Don't think I showed you this one. This one is the crystal flat top with one of those silver bead collars, bead caps. And then I've got the sparkly collar under that. And then I have my bead. And then I have the cone cat bead, and then a tiny little crystal bead at the bottom, and then my silicone backing. And that makes a really pretty embellishment. Let's see. I think I showed you all of the ones that I created already. And now I'll create one with you. So since I've got the green ones out already, let's work with that. And let's see. I'll take out one of these silver collars. So that's a silver collar. And how about we use the teardrop pearl corsage pin to start with. So I'm going to just turn it upside down. And let's see, should we use a trumpet flower? Let's use a trumpet flower, and let's use a clear one. If I could find a clear one. Let's see, I'm going to stick that in there for a moment. See if I can find a white one. Yeah, here's a white one. Okay, so I'm going to use, this is going to be a really elegant one because it's just going to be white and sparkle. Now, if you wanted to, you could, let's try this. Let's do something different. Let's put the collar on it. And then let's take one of these sparkle collars and put it on there next. And as you're doing this, you're just pushing down on the head just to keep everything nice and tight as you're working. And then let's put this upside down, the trumpet flower upside down. And let's use a large bead, large sparkle bead. There you go. Really, the possibilities are endless. And then to keep that in place, I know I said we would use the green, but since we're working with just a plain white bead, let's go ahead and use a medium-sized white bead to hold it down. So we're actually using this middle size right here. Keeping that in place. And we could just stop right there, which would be really pretty and gives you enough room. That's the other thing you have to keep in mind, is keeping yourself enough room to actually stick it in your project. So let's stop there. It's really hard to stop. And then you take one of your silicone beads. Now these are hard to push on, and you have to be careful not to split them because they're very snug. So I'm just pushing gently down on either side. And look, you've got this really beautiful embellishment. So I hope that you enjoyed that. I will link all of the supplies for you that I've used. Probably I won't find the Walmart link to share with you, but if whatever I can find, I will share down below. So enjoy and keep all your pins, you know, on a pretty little, they have these patterns that you can buy to sew this on, onto a, adhere it onto a candlestick. So I hope that you will try it. If you do, tag me on Instagram, Little Annie Z, and I will see you next time.